Welcome back. You're watching the AI report on News 9, and there's a very interesting segment that we are now hopping on to now. Gen Z, those who are born after 1996 up to 2010. Now, these guys are acting a little differently from their previous generations. They don't seem to want a relationship with a human being. Very few of them are having babies, and a large majority don't even seem to believe in the institution of marriage. Well, you might be wondering, why are we discussing that on the AI Weekly, and what has artificial intelligence got to do with it? Well, as it happens to be almost everything, because while they're not looking for companionship, a human-to-human companionship, they are definitely looking at companionship with machines and chatbots and AI tools. That's right. And companion AI seems to be the new buzzword. Gen Zs are looking at pitch perfection in their partnerships, including romantic affairs, not with bots yet, but with chatbots and chat engines which can communicate with them, relate with them, and be designed by them to offer them everything that they want in a partner. So we thought, instead of getting a Gen Z to tell us what's going on, maybe a millennial should have a conversation with a Gen X and try and understand what has changed in the world of artificial intelligence when it comes to companionship. Amit Ranjan joins me today. Amit, what is the data? I believe some 75% or so of Gen Zs, as per some data you dug up, don't want to get married. Well, to think of it, I mean, if they are at most 29 years old right now, we are still in 2025, 75% doesn't alarm you. But a much bigger number, maybe not in percentage terms, does not even want to have sexual relationships, and they are happy just creating an AI avatar of a companion and be happy talking to them, interacting with them.
24%, that's the number. 24% of the 75% who do not want to have a relationship have not had any casual sex relationship.
All right, okay.
So their recourse is basically AI. They want a perfect relationship without the hassles. So you don't get it in a human being. And therefore, of the 75%, 37% do not believe in the institution of marriage and do not want a relationship at all.
Okay, so I mean, I think,
with a human being.
Sure. There's also this trend which is seen in these companionship applications. Now, you're saying that potentially they are not looking for a relationship, but they're looking at a relationship of a different kind. And something like character AI comes in, which helps you design your partner and design a partnership model which happens to be absolutely perfect. So you don't want to carry any baggage, but you're willing to perhaps sustain a digital relationship. How's that entire ecosystem developing and how's that functioning?
What's a black hole? At the bottom of it, and I use the word black hole.
Okay.
At the bottom of it, it is gravity gone bonkers.
That's right.
This is aspirations gone bonkers.
Okay.
Everything on tap without the hassle of either working hard to attain it, working hard to maintain it, and working hard to live your life with it. You don't have to work hard to attain it, you just have to buy it.
Right.
Right now, buy the subscription, maybe later on buy the robot, maybe.
Right.
That's where things are going. You don't, it works like a dog for you, but you don't have to take it out for a walk and clean it up.
Okay.
All you need to do is change the battery. It knows exactly what to say to you. It is learning with time of your nuances, and it knows best how you feel best to when a certain reaction is given to what nuance. No human can match that.
Sure, but tell me something, and this is something which seems to be an anecdotal, general level, 35,000 feet view of how Gen Z operates and how Gen Z lives. And I think that would cascade down to future generations, including Gen Alpha, Gen Beta, which are just about maybe beginning to crawl, if not take the first baby steps. Now, the idea that one toyed with was that this fascination with technology, constantly being connected, constantly being on a screen, letting your fingers move endlessly and watching, mindless content, as some call it, has, in a way, you're saying, this is relationships gone bonkers. At some point, there are some
aspirations gone bonkers.
Or aspirations gone bonkers. At some point, people say that this constant fascination with the screen has actually done something to the mental not so well-being of this Gen Z generation, that they're unable to concentrate. They live in a make-believe world, and they seem to sort of, take in everything that they watch, no matter how mindful or how mindless it is. Now with relationships, the maturity of dealing with situations, the maturity of dealing with problems, the maturity of dealing with uncertainties happens to be thrown out of the window, because here you have something which is telling you what you want to hear, which is reacting to you in a way that you would expect that reaction to come in. How does this generation deal with uncertainties that life outside of these relationships could throw at them?
So it's a vicious circle. For that, it goes back to the screen. You said that the screen has done something to them. The screen, the companionship AI, is not for romantic purposes, as statistics show us.
Okay.
Only 19% said that they are looking for a romantic relationship with a companionship AI app.
Okay.
The most.
You're saying the relationship is even platonic?
No, the most of companionship AI is basically dealing with mental health support, escape from real life, and friendships.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's
So,
so it's not just a
mental health
romantic-
support because of the screen. That's what data shows us. Escape from real life, the escape from real life that the screen gives you.
Right.
And to deal with that, you're going back to the screen.
Absolutely. So,
So
it's a vicious circle.
it's a vicious circle. So it's a black hole.
It's a black hole. Sure. Now, there's also this sort of fake news that was going on, which Sam Altman then came and sort of, did away with the rumor mongering that ChatGPT and similar engines are actually going to go away from offering medical advice or mental health support. While the disclaimers are still there that you should sort of, go to a therapist for anything that you're dealing with. But the fact that these engines are going to continue to offer that support also has another aspect to it. And that aspect is, how quickly will Gen Z or future generations really start believing everything that they're watching, not take all the advice coming with a pinch of salt, and hence maybe ignore those statutory warnings of going to professionals when they really need that support and need that help?
Tell me, Karthik, why should I go to a professional whose intellect, your human intellect, is limited? AI can remember everything. It can give you answers choosing from every possible speck of knowledge or wisdom that is there present in this world that has been fed into it.
Right. But then the dangers, because there are also news stories floating around that a chatbot, in fact, I don't want to name the company, but a chatbot potentially told a Gen Z who was looking for an escape, and the chatbot actually gave it a step-by-step approach on how to end his or her journey in life. Now, how much should Gen Z trust it? What kind of regulations should be put in place so that advice of a certain kind is not dished out at Gen Z, which in any case believes everything, like you're saying, what they watch and what their screen offers?
The regulations that should be put in place cannot be limited to one country. So if the whole world comes together, because AI knows no boundaries, like internet knows no boundaries. So a regulation will have to have all the countries coming together, and then probably limiting the amount of knowledge that AI has access to. Therefore, it is processing that kind of knowledge and giving it back to the user.
Right, of course, regulation happens to be the big question mark which still looms over the use of AI and the sort of proliferation of artificial intelligence, especially for Gen Z, which seems to be more hooked on to digital technologies than any other cohort or any other segment in society as yet. Well, with that, we come to an end of this discussion, but on this cautionary note that don't trust everything that the AI chatbot is dishing out towards you just as yet. And of course, a shout out and a call out to governments across the world that there needs to be some regulation not infringing upon the climate of innovation, but regulation to ensure that lives and health is not put at stake, especially when you're looking at these chatbots for answers to anything that you're dealing with. With that, we will now finally end this edition of the AI Report. Amit Ranjan Kumar and Karthik Malhotra signing off. Thank you so much for your time.